It's a turn off for me as a friend if I am put in a situation where I have to choose between my man and my friend. If she is really your best friend, if he is really your best friend, and if they know that the partner that you've chosen is not Tom, Dick, Harry, it's actually somebody who you're committed to and who is a decent, upstanding individual, that best friend should be happy for you when you are getting serious with your partner who you are looking at long term as a husband or a wife or as a committed relationship, whatever you believe in. And you should never be put in a situation or in a place where the best friend is demanding from you energetically or physically or verbally, has blatantly told you you have to pick between your lover or me as a man or as a woman. If that is happening in a relationship, you as a man and a woman need to make that executive decision and think deeply. Will you ever do that to the friend? Because I, as a female, I will never even get involved with people who are actually coupled up. I may be this guy's best friend, this girl's best friend, whatever it may be. But as soon as I sense that somebody is getting into a relationship, I kind of start keeping my distance, because I have been in situations where I have been a part of a coupling platonically, and that has backfired because at some point the female got jealous of me, or the male got some kind of interest in me, or the female thought that, and then, I was attacked. One too many situations, and I was not fucking interested, because that is not the spirit I carry. I am not a homewrecker, and as soon as I see a man or a woman with a certain type of partner, I kind of just stay the fuck away from that shit. As soon as my so-called friend finds a man, I'm very cool with her responsibilities being her partner and be her priority. And for me, I will never pit her against her man, making her choose between me and her partner. I am not that fucking insecure. And I'm sure, like me, you have been in places where you have gotten into situations where either the man or the woman that you're dating is telling you, oh, don't worry, he is just a best friend, she is just a best friend. You're not one of those people who wants to get into situations like that at this day and time and age, where you don't want to be a part of a three-way in any way, shape or form. And if you're anything like me, you like to keep your relationship private, and especially you don't like anybody coming in between you and your man. And as a man, you don't like anybody coming in between your relationship with your woman. And that's the same energy you carry and how you deal with your friends, family or loved ones when they try to interfere in your relationship. But you understand that if you don't respect your partner, then they will never respect your partner as a man or as a woman. They are putting you in a place where they are making you choose between them and your partner. Because why does it even have to come to a point where they have to make you feel like they are a better choice than your partner? Or why do they ever have to make you feel like your partner is not good enough for you and you deserve somebody who was like your ex, or who was like somebody that you were interested in that they know of, and they start comparing your partner with every fucking Tom, Dick, Harry you've been with or you wanted to be with or they know in their circle. They constantly disrespect the fact that you are actually in a relationship. As human beings, grown adults, we respect people who are in relationships, at least 10% of us, because that's a boundary that we have for ourselves and others. And that's the character that we have. But these people are so hell-bent on making sure that you are connected with their people who they're attached to. They don't give a fuck about the fact that you are in love with somebody. And like me, some of us as men and women have not been lucky in the department of friends. In the name of best friends, you and I have been victims of our partner's love being shared somewhere, being lost actually, between us and all the people they connected with, especially that one friend that would not leave your man, that one friend that would not leave your woman. And this friend is always poking her nose, his nose in y'all's business. How's your girl? How's your guy? What the fuck? Are you interested in a partner? So at the end of the day, if we don't understand that just because somebody is a best friend and just because they have been there for us does not mean they always carry the best intentions for us. Because unfortunately, we live in a world where people are entitled for our time and energy. If we are not careful in life, we are surrounded by enablers. And because there are enablers in our life, they inculcate and they produce bad behavior in us. And if we already have bad behavior that we are showcasing, these are the same enablers who will enable us to further thrive in that energy. Because enablers are simply people who want to enable bad behavior so their bad behavior can also be okay with us. So if in any situation, when we allow bad behavior and enablers in our life, we are also enabling bad behavior within us, and therefore we both mesh well. But in any case, in any phase, when we are improving, but we already have an ongoing friendship with this person, we think, oh my God, this person has been through the bad and the good times, been through the ups and downs. So therefore, it's really hard for us to cut somebody out who's been through that phase with us. And therefore, we confuse a lot of trauma bonding to friendships. And I'm talking about a guy or a girl who's found a partner who's wholesome and who they're ready to settle down with. But if in any situation we are in a place where our partner has a best friend of the opposite sex or the same sex of you do, and if they are putting us, our partner, in a place where we have to compete for our partner's attention, and our partner is actually putting us in competition to get their attention, then that's a very toxic relationship. Or the relationship is turning toxic because of the presence of this best friend, because this best friend does not have the normal intelligence, emotional intelligence, or the selflessness to understand this is their partner. And these are the best friends, so-called, I'm talking about, who've made us victims of their hate towards us because they are secretly in love with our partner who happens to be their best friend, if it is the opposite sex. And if it is not the opposite sex or the same sex, I don't understand the same-sex relationships because I don't roll that way. But if it is the same sex, their best friend may just be attracted to you as a man or woman, or they may just be secretly gay. So put it where it fits. But some of us have been in situations where we have to constantly fight with our partner that we are in love with, who suddenly changed his colors around you, who suddenly changed her colors around you. Why? Because his best friend is constantly showing him, telling him that, look at me, I am better than your girl. I got a better body, better everything. Or as a man, I'm better than your man. I got a better body than your man. I make more money than your man. Whatever it may be, at the end of the day, it comes down to the character of the man or a woman that you're with and that you are, and how much are you going to allow your best friend to say in your relationship, and how much you're going to allow them to be in your ears, your psyche, your pants even, if you allow them. And if that is what the situation has become, then that's karmic and we don't thrive there. So we need to get the fuck out, because we don't deal with men and women like that. If a man and a woman is still hooked up on their ex, and if that is a friends with benefits, if there's sexual tension, if the best friend is into the man or the woman, and the man and the woman that you're with already know, but they're loving the attention, and therefore they're putting you in competition with their so-called best friend, but they're actually fucking them in their free time, you don't want to be a part of that mess. Because trust and believe, I, as a righteous woman who wanted to settle down with a man, have been in that place one too many times where the best friend is not a best friend, but is actually a hoe he's sleeping with and is getting his wet. So if you have been in a place like that, you exactly know what I'm saying and how this best friend is moving around your man, and you know if he's constantly having her name in his mouth and vice versa. You know as a man how this man is moving around your chick, or how this man or woman is moving around you, and you exactly know where to draw the boundaries. And if you are not okay with it, you better tell your girl that you are not okay with her male best friend, who she sees as a brother, because you don't know what the fuck they're doing when you're not watching. And if you are in a place where you have that issue with your man or your woman, with their best friend being around them and you feeling less than, who've made to feel less than by their best friend, and your man, your woman never stood up for you, but instead they got carried away by everything the best friend had to say, because whatever the best friend says flows. Whatever the best friend says goes because the best friend has known me for so long. Huh? So why the fuck do you have a man? Why the fuck do you have a woman? And why are you wasting our time? Because at the end of the day, there are certain men and women, 10% of us, who are decent men and women, who got their own, and we're getting into a relationship with an intention of being somebody's wife, being somebody's husband. At least I can speak for myself. And if that's not the case, don't put me in fucking competition with a Tom, Dick, Harry, man or woman that you've been with or you're interested in. And you as a man or a woman should have the understanding and the capacity to let go of a man or woman who does not give you the respect of a partner that he or she is. But instead is constantly changing his ways and how he treats you, how she treats you based on what this bitch is saying, what this dude is saying, just because we are your best friend. So the best friend has the best intention for them. But the best friend does not know you the way your man knows you. The best friend does not know you the way a woman knows you. But still, your man and woman, instead of having your back, they want to listen to this low life because this low life want to suck your man's dick. They want to fucking get down with their chick. And somewhere, somehow, if your man, if your woman is trifling, subconsciously even, and they're loving the attention, and they don't give a fuck how you feel, when you find out, if you find out, then that's a fucking toxic relationship. That needs to go away. And even if subconsciously a man does not stand up for you, a woman does not stand up for you, just because that's my best friend, subconsciously they're making the choice of choosing their best friend's opinion over you. And the funniest thing is they know you intimately. And the best friend knows whatever she or he knows based on what your partner's told them, based on the experience if you've met their best friend. And if it's your best friend is saying shit to you about your partner based on what you have shared with her or with him, or what she has understood, what he has understood about the situation. Nobody was a part of the situation that you both are or were in. And I'm talking about stable relationships. I'm not talking about toxic couples. You guys got toxic as soon as this bitch of a friend got involved. So do you know if this friend is actually secretly in love with you and she's the reason why all your relationships has failed, as a man especially who has female best friends? And same goes for women. Is this the man the reason why you've never been able to keep a man? Because this man wants to get with you as a female with male best friends. I don't fucking even believe the fact if a man ever tells me again, oh, she's just a friend, she's my best friend. Been there, done that, got burned, because I know this the same bitch is gonna fucking lay with as soon as we fight. So, thanks. And you as a man should also be very cognizant when a woman is constantly talking about her male best friend and constantly runs back to the male best friend every time you both have an argument or a fight, and she constantly brings him up. Hey, if you're in situations like that, that is toxic, get away. This may be the best man, the best woman that you ever had. And when the friend is not involved, you may be the tightest. But if a man or woman does not have that feeling, that understanding, that respect towards you as your partner, and if they value their toxic best friend, fuck that shit and let them go. So personal opinion, hate me if you want to, let alone best friends, but males having opposite sex best friends and females having opposite sex as best friends, that's even big of a red flag for me personally, because I don't do third parties in my fucking relationship. Especially, I am not gonna have an opposite sex have a say in my relationship, irrespective of them being platonic or not. I don't trust women, I don't trust men and what goes on in their mind and their spirits if I'm not directly connected with them. And if this is somebody who's attached to my partner in the future, I need to meet with this friend. And at the end of the day, if you are respecting and if you have the same sentiments towards your partner, where you know you will put your partner at a pedestal because that is the relationship that you want and you want to get into, you expect the same treatment, reciprocity, and an understanding from a mature man, a mature woman, to know and compartmentalize his or her relationships. People who are mature and grown adults who know what is a partner versus what's a mother, versus what's a father versus what's a best friend. So everybody is compartmentalized and people get certain energies. So that does not mean that if you have a man or woman today, that means you no longer have this best friend in your life. And people who carry that mentality, oh my God, as soon as she finds a man, as soon as he finds a woman, I'm going to be replaced. What the fuck? We are not getting sexual and down and dirty with you, are we? We are not planning a future with you, are we? I don't want my kids with you, do I? He does not want his kids with you, does he? Does she? So what the stay in your fucking lane and know your place and stop being a home fucking wrecker. And it's a personal turn off if a man and woman cannot compartmentalize his or her relationships. If a grown man does not have the normal understanding of what is this person's energy and what is she carrying with her, what is he carrying with her subconsciously, unconsciously, and why the is he or she running her mouth on my girl, my man, then that. I don't want that. If you don't have that energy towards me as a man, then I'm not going to have the same energy towards you as a woman. So fuck that. If you're going to let Tom, Dick, Harry run their mouths on your girl, on your man, why the fuck are you with your partner? Go get with the best friend. All good, because it looks like that's what's happening anyways. Or that's what's going to happen down the line. There's trust and belief. I've been in situations where a man has treated me like shit and constantly compared me with his best friend's race, with his best friend's looks, with his best friend's money, with her beauty, with her booty, whatever it may be. So at the end of the day, I am not the type of woman that will ever compete with my guy's female best friend. And while the man thinks that I am dumb enough to not fucking clock it and understand the reason why my relationship is failing today, because this man is making sure it fails while he builds up his relationship with that woman, because as I was exiting, she was entering. Because she made sure she told him what a loss it is to be with me, but she, who is of a Jezebel fucking spirit, who is for community to enjoy, God knows where her mouth has been, but she had the looks, the money and everything on face value, and she got the man. And at the end of the day, when we are with partners who are not mentally evolved, they'll always pit us against their male or female best friends. And for this type of a man or woman, we are and will always be the second choice, the last choice, the lower choice, because we are less than, because we are not their best friend. So remember that. And as soon as you accept the fact that, this was a fake relationship, because it's only fake relationships where best friends are allowed to have a say, to have an influence on a partner, on a lover who's been with each other through thick and thin, who's really been there for you. So if they can't identify you, if they can't identify the gift that you are, but instead they want to treat you in accordance to how the best friend tells them to treat you, what the fuck? That's a spineless man. That's a spineless woman. He's never going to be able to take care of you. She's never going to have your back as a woman. So at the end of the day, analyze, realize, recognize who is your partner and where are you when it comes to their best friend, and where does your partner stand when it comes to your best friend. So if you are that 10% who actually values partnership, who actually values commitment and settling down with your lover, just take inventory of what's happening in the relationship and how much of a say are you allowing your third party people, which includes family and so-called best friends, who think they are entitled to have an opinion. If best friends have an entitlement in your life and they are bullyish and they are a tyrant towards you for the relationships that you have in your life, fuck them now.